All right, Ruth. So, do you mind just introducing yourself to start?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Ruuh. I run Billion Body. I'm the founder. It's a medical concierge service. We work with eight-figure founders to optimize their well-being, their health, their longevity through biohacking, medical services, the whole nine yards, pretty much, done to the highest level.
And it's funny because we're on this call because you actually asked me to do a testimonial. Um,
Hey, yeah, I want to blow you up, bro.
I really appreciate that. What do you mind me saying? What did you find the most helpful from working with me?
Yeah, honestly, like I don't think my business would have grown the way it has if I wasn't, involved with you, if I didn't meet you, if we didn't work together. Like it's surprising how few sessions it took for me to create so much change in my business and my life as well. Like there's definitely a crossover. I could tell the story. Like I don't even think you know the story, but it'll
No,
be
I don't.
interesting.
Tell
All
me.
right. Story time. We met at a dinner, super random. My our friend Ibrahim might have organized it. Somebody was organizing it, and then we're sitting down. You show up late, and then as we're sitting down, we're having this conversation. You're kind of doing your networking thing, and I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with everyone here. I was not the best networker. Like I wasn't a very outgoing, extroverted, able to connect with somebody immediately type of individual. I was a lot more kind of reserved, a little bit shy, also not confident in my services. Obviously, there's many things that have led me down this road. We've had some strong wins, but one thing that I remember specifically picking up from you that night was that you made me feel insecure at how good at networking you were, which is like a weird little dynamic to play because I'm sitting across from you, we're having conversations, and I see how like you magnetically attracted conversations with everyone around you to the point where I also noticed like the most influential person there was has a huge crazy back history in being a marketing guru, like top dog. I remember so distinctly that he asked for your information before you left that night. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, how did he just pull that up? Right. So yeah, like it made me insecure in the sense that wow, I don't have that as part of me, right? Like I need that. Like if I want to, my whole business is built on networking, but if I can't appear that way in front of people, then that is something that's going to hurt me in the long run. So we actually jumped on a call very soon after, right? And that was our first touch point. And we've been on multiple calls since then. And each time, what I was able to extract from you is just these little mind hacks, these removal of self-limiting mindsets, these positioning and mental framing tools and skill sets that allow me to feel and express the best version of myself. And kind of full circle story is that, I mean, now you see me networking and stuff. We go into the same events. It's a bit of
It's
a
cool.
different ball game, right? It's like,
Yeah, it's cool.
yeah,
It's cool to see it.
I'm gonna level up still, but like now I have access to some of the best networks in the world, and I'm able to still go into that, scene. And I don't know how it's kind of become a superpower of mine now that I could get the contact of the most influential, powerful person there. And it's not that we're like status chasing or whatever, but it's a cool, very, very cool skill set to have because those people don't have to be dicks. They're my ICP. Like I want to work with the best people in the world. And if you get into a circle, they usually become like some of your closest friends. So yeah, it's changed my life in a lot of ways. And I think that if people don't, that's why I was like, bro, let me just give you a testimonial because like I know there's a lot of people in my position that could really, really use it. And I don't think enough people understand the impact it could have from me starting like barely making five figures a month to being able to like run a seven-figure business now. Right. It's a big change.
That's actually wild. And I really appreciate you sharing this. Can I ask, often people moan or they think about networking and being confident and they're like, well, if I do that, then I'm not actually going to be authentic. Do you still feel like you're expressing yourself in an authentic way?
Yeah, I think that is actually that you're very good at that. It's like I never felt like your personality is not a it's not a persona. Like the more I get to know you, it's just who you are. And then all you've allowed me to do, it's like I'm not pretending to be like you. Networking is not like putting on a mask and going into a place. Like some people do it that way, and it's you can the people that are aware can taste that, cringeness, that
Mm.
falsehood, like they can pick it up really quickly. But networking is just being able to go and express yourself, the value you hold, the value you could bring to other people in the highest regard, and just be open and abundant in how you attract people and how you give information out as well. And that's how I've always operated. It's the only reason I've been able to build my business here. I don't have, you know this for a fact. I don't have a website. I don't do any ads, no zero marketing. I just built up myself a content stream, and we still haven't posted in the last 2 months, right? So like my business is based on referrals, organic touch points, and if you don't know how to build relationships and present yourself in the right circles the right way, you won't have my business. That's for sure. So
Mm. I'm so happy to hear about the transition because I didn't even realize how much it affected you. Can I ask, outside of business, how else did you find it helped?
I mean, it's more like psychology, right? Like at the deepest level, like networking, relationship building, it just and you're hitting on the same belief systems that get played out against different themes and circumstances. So, yeah, the same framework I use to approach a guy, I could use that framework to approach a beautiful woman, right? And I could use that skill set also in how I manage client confrontation, where they're maybe disappointed in a situation, or being able to hold yourself in this place of authority while being compassionate with their like problems. Like all of those things are going back to like the sense of self-worth, self-assurance, identity. And then also from there you get your belief systems, attitudes, and behaviors, right? So self work, it plays out across all of the different areas. And whenever I get presented the opportunity, whenever I get triggered or mirrored a part of myself that I feel needs improvement on, I always immediately jump to, improve myself. That's why we started talking and working together, right? So props to me as well.
Yeah, 100%, man, because you actually put in the work as well. And like you put yourself in those events, like granted with strategies and some help, but it took you to take the action, right? It's like for you, if you give
Absolutely.
me like the blueprint to get fit, but then I never go to the fucking gym, it's useless.
Yeah. 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 You
Um,
can't do it.
Another thing I want to ask, because I think this is a common thing, people feel like it's a waste of time, or they feel like they don't actually need this skill, or it doesn't actually help push their business forwards. What would you say to people that have that mindset?
You're lost. You're like, yeah, look, at the same time, like being completely transparent, there's 1,000 ways to make money. There's a
Yeah,
thousand
it's
ways
true.
to network. I'm not going to say that this is the one and only method for you to do it. If you want to go spend $10,000 on paid ad traffic, go ahead. You know, that is one way to doing it. That's not my way of doing it. Maybe I invest in that in the future. I do think that if you don't do this, if you don't have the skill set, you're always bottlenecking yourself. And when you go into the biggest echelons, business isn't based on, it's not even based on outcomes anymore. It's not based on results. It's just purely based on relationships and trust. So if you can't trust yourself enough to be in one of these settings and be able to acquire that type of person that you're trying to attract, if you can't trust yourself, why would they trust you?
Mm.
And so yeah, there's levels to the game. If you want to attract the best, they're very aware of the people they interact with, what their character is like, what their identity, how strong their identity is. And I think that you know, I'm always improving, always growing, but people pick up on me now. Like they're like, this guy's he's authentic.
And I honestly feel that from you as well. Like it's if I think I know the exact dinner you're talking about, the one with Max. And if I think back to how you were there, because I think you didn't eat or something, and then now to, for example, the dinner or like this networking event with the Formula One, and you're like a social butterfly. You're going around meeting
Mm,
everyone, some people that are super influential and super successful. And
mhm,
it was cool from my perspective to see you in this different scenario, but now people are leaning into you. Even people that
mhm.
have hundreds of thousands of followers, and you've got like 1, 2 thousand, right? But it's the quality of those followers and the quality of your network now is absolutely insane. And it's really cool to
Yeah,
honestly, it warms my heart to know I've been able to help.
of course, man. Like just your presence alone has been enough of a light, let alone the calls that we've been on. So, you know, that is that's just the truth.
God damn, this took I didn't even know what the fuck to say. That's
Oh,
really, really
here,
sweet. I really
let me
appreciate that.
say it for you. If you guys are the type of person that looks at yourself with any level of, let's say, unsurety, that you would be able to go into that space and be able to speak the way you want, communicate the way you want, tell your story the way you want, present yourself in a way that is magnetic, attractive, you're only going to lose opportunity. You're only going to show up half your worth. You're only going to create less abundance, less opportunity for creation of what you're truly, truly trying to create in this world. Like without getting too philosophical, it's like how you express yourself is your biggest purpose. So, bro, like how can you put any type of figure into that? Once and it's like I know who you're trying to target. It's not like you're already targeting the people that have made it, right? So there's a like after you've had all the money in the world, you know, what is there left to do but to create and express and build? And if you've had the money and you're falling short of that, then you can only look at yourself as default, as the limiting belief system. So yeah, hit up Piero as a person with the experience. I highly recommend him. And I think he would take you on the right journey for you because everyone's journey is different.
I don't know what to say. Like I'm actually speechless.